Hi, I'm David Bagley, Co-Chief Executive Officer of Max International. As part of our special May 7th launch program for Singapore, I conducted a recorded interview with Dr. Don Colbert so that our Singapore associates could hear from a leading medical professional about the exciting nature of Max's products and its core technology. Dr. Don Colbert is the founder and medical director of Divine Health Wellness Center in Longwood, Florida. He is board certified in family medicine and specializes in anti-aging medicine, preventative medicine, and integrative medicine. Dr. Colbert is an expert on health and nutrition and is a highly regarded speaker who has appeared on Fox News, ABC World News, the BBC, Reader's Digest, Newsweek, and Prevention Magazine, just to name a few. He is known internationally as a New York Times best-selling author with over 40 book titles on health, nutrition, and disease prevention that collectively have sold in excess of 8 million copies worldwide. In 2011, Dr. Colbert earned the distinction of Double Diamond Level Associate with Max International and has become one of the most outspoken proponents for Max's products. Dr. Colbert, thank you for joining us today to welcome our Singapore associates as Max International expands into Asia.
Well, thank you, Dave. It's great being here.
Well, why don't we go ahead and dive right into it, Dr. Colbert. I guess probably to start out with, the appropriate question is that what led you to medicine as your career choice? And tell us about the types of patients that you see and perhaps maybe your distinctive approach to patient care.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I've been interested in health all my life since I was a kid. And health, as well as I used to read health books, muscle magazines, Jane Brody columns, Jane Brody books. And so I've always been interested in health and diet. And I actually saw my uncle die of diabetes. He had both his legs amputated, and I said, my goodness, if he wasn't so fat, if he could have kept his legs, he could have survived past his early 60s. And so it led me into medicine, wanting to help people. But then I found out in medicine that mainly what they do is just prescribe drugs and medications that simply treat the symptoms and not the root of disease. And that's when I switched more to integrative medicine, where I use lifestyle, exercise, diet, nutrition, hormone replacement therapy, as well as we have a chiropractor in the office that addresses the structural component. We address the emotional component to disease. And I find that we can many times get to the root of disease and clear the disease rather than just treat the symptoms with medications.
Let me ask you another question. Is that why do you believe it's important to support the body's glutathione production? And how do you think that impacts health and wellness and anti-aging?
Well, I discovered glutathione back about 20 years ago, and the importance of glutathione. Tried many different methods to raise it, but nothing really worked well until I started using IV glutathione back about 5 to 10 years ago. And I saw dramatic improvements in patients' health, especially in Parkinson's patients, and made such a huge impact on me. I said, if we could only find a supplement that could boost glutathione levels similar to the IV glutathione and give it to them on a daily basis to maintain those levels, we'd find probably the best thing in order to help prevent and treat many of these diseases. So I've understood the importance of glutathione. Unlike most doctors, know nothing about glutathione, but it's the master antioxidant in the body, the most important antioxidant in the body. For our cells and tissues to be healthy, we need glutathione levels, and I actually measure glutathione levels in a lot of my patients, and I find when I can boost those levels up to a normal or high normal level, it helps so many different disease processes.
For those masses of people that don't have access either to a physician like yourself that can assist them in that, or maybe they don't have the wherewithal to be able to get the glutathione levels tested, what would you say would be a summary of what somebody could expect, or at least understand what glutathione is doing for them without having access to testing?
Well, first of all, the double-blind placebo-controlled study shows that glutathione decreases inflammation. Inflammation is at the root of most diseases, and they found that by boosting glutathione, it can decrease the inflammatory marker tumor necrosis factor alpha by 41% after 30 days, which is great, but then 61% after 2 months or 60 days. So glutathione decreases inflammation. It helps increase energy by protecting the mitochondria. See, the mitochondria are the little energy-producing factories in all our cells. Every cell in the body has mitochondria. From fat cells, it may only have 2 mitochondria to heart muscle that may have 2,500 mitochondria. So what we find is this actually protects the mitochondria from the oxidative stress, because when the body produces ATP, which is our energy currency, instead of producing smoke, like when you burn fire in a fireplace, you produce smoke, but the body produces free radicals when we produce energy. And what the glutathione does, it quenches these free radicals, so it helps to protect the mitochondria, enabling it to produce energy. So producing energy is a major thing that most of my patients need, because so many people come in saying, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Also, what glutathione does, it detoxes heavy metals, and everyone on the planet has these toxic heavy metals in them. I find the sicker the patient, generally the more toxic metals. And glutathione actually gently detoxes the body of these heavy metals, including mercury, cadmium, and lead, which are the 3 of the most common heavy metals we have, as well as other toxic metals. It also helps, glutathione helps to improve our immune system. It helps to literally boost our WBCs, or the effectiveness of our white blood cells, as well as natural killer cells. And natural killer cells are important in killing viruses, bacteria, and even killing cancer cells. It's interesting, too, that glutathione also helps increase longevity. They've done centenarian studies on patients who live to be over 100, and they found a lot of these centenarians actually have the glutathione levels of a 30 to 50-year-old. So they're linking, high glutathione levels to longevity. And what's so important, too, Dave, is that realize the majority of these chronic diseases have at their root inflammation. Realize that most all heart disease is inflammatory at its root. Cancer is usually inflammatory. Alzheimer's disease is inflammatory. Arthritis is inflammatory. Autoimmune diseases, including lupus and rheumatoid arthritis and thyroiditis and MS, they all have at their root inflammation. So again, when you boost glutathione levels, you are decreasing inflammation. You are quenching free radicals, and as a result of doing that, we usually see dramatic improvements in patients.
When you talk about Max 1, how is it that you explain what that is to them?
Well, what I explain is it's, first of all, it's a simple molecule, a new molecule that's made of L-cysteine and D-ribose. And L-cysteine is a fragile molecule that when it enters the digestive tract, it's, again, if it's not bound with the D-ribose, it's not absorbed well and it's destroyed, but similar to N-acetylcysteine. So again, with this new molecule, it's easily absorbed, it's easily assimilated, it's easily used as the raw material to produce glutathione. And again, the glutathione is the most important molecule. You can't take glutathione and expect to raise your glutathione, because the majority of that's destroyed in the digestive tract, and the body has to literally rebuild a molecule, yet the majority is destroyed, see. So with this new molecule, we actually have, we found that we can boost the glutathione levels significantly.
Dr. Colbert, I know that a lot of nutritional companies, because of your background, your level of influence, and the level of respect that you carry, have tried to do about anything to get you to represent their products. So what was different about Max to where you wanted to be a part of this program?
I recognize the most important nutrient in the body is glutathione. And finally, we have a product that's able to show conclusively that it boosts glutathione levels by as much as 300%. Most diseases that we see are associated with low glutathione levels. Even ADHD in children, generally they have low glutathione. And so glutathione is probably the basis of protection against many diseases, and unfortunately, the very people that should be recommending it, who are our doctors, know nothing about it. And I've been studying nutrition for so many years, I understand the importance of this, so I recognized it immediately. Hey, this is something huge, and the public needs to be made aware of this, because this, I believe, is the most incredible nutraceutical discovery in my lifetime. And unfortunately, most doctors know nothing about it, or they're just not aware, because they're being trained by the pharmaceutical industry.
What would you say to the new associate about the opportunity to partner with Max in bringing these products to the world?
Well, what's so amazing is the world is totally unaware of the power of glutathione, and this is so ground floor. I'm so excited that this is such a young company with such a powerful supplement that will literally revolutionize, I believe, the health of the world in people who use this consistently. And so I'm excited for anyone who catches the vision of this opportunity, because this is truly a product that's unlike any other product I have ever seen in my entire life. And so pretty much every one of my patients goes on one of the Max products, and it's just an opportunity for anyone who catches this vision and understands the power of glutathione. It's interesting, there's almost 95,000 articles published on PubMed about the power of glutathione. And so again, if people would just tap into some of that research and get to, catch a glimpse of the power of this and what we have, the opportunity that you have, then I think it's going to be a great motivational tool for anyone.
Well, you said it perfectly. I obviously agree with everything that you've mentioned there, and we're honored to be able to have somebody like yourself as a part of our Max family and being able to help spread the good word about a compound that we believe that the body is looking for, and we appreciate everything that you're doing and helping us move forward that cause and that purpose. And Dr. Colbert, want to thank you for your time today.